Hi, how's it going? Today I'm gonna play and improvise in the song Triste by Antônio Carlos Jobim using the play along Jobim Bossa Nova by Jamey Aebersold, the famous volume 98. I'm telling famous because here in Brazil many people used to study, and after playing I'm gonna talk about some aspects of the Brazilian language. So if you are searching, if you're looking for playing Brazilian music in a more authentic way, I'm gonna talk about harmony, comping, some aspects of playing the piano in trio. Alright, I hope you enjoy and send me your comments if you like this video. Thanks for watching, and so let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright. So that's it. This was Triste by Antônio Carlos Jobim. I think if you like Brazilian music, it's a very familiar song for you. And it's very interesting because when we take the play along, we want this reference to play together, and there are some specific points that can be important to you to know. For example, the drummer is Brazilian. It's a very good drummer, Duduca da Fonseca, and we are playing with other two non-Brazilian musicians, the bassist and the guitar player. I think they sound very well. It's common to play with non-Brazilian bassists and feel the difference, but I think this bassist is very prepared in terms of understanding the Brazilian bass, and the guitar is more common to find out of Brazil good guitarists, and this guitarist is playing very well. Let's talk about some other things. This song, it's important if you are playing Brazilian music to know at least two tonalities to play it, because when you play in the instrumental version, it's common to play in B flat major, but if you are playing with with a singer, commonly she will talk to you to play in G, because it's the same tonality of Elis Regina when she sang in the album Elis e Tom. So I think to learning these two tonalities, it will be enough to you have many musical experiences when you are at Brazil. Let's talk a little bit about the score. Let me show you. When the song starts, we have an introduction here. But it's not very typical Brazilian introduction. You're gonna find a very similar introduction with that in wave. But wave, it sounds more modal, more than a 2/5. So this introduction is found also in real book, but when you're playing in the nightclubs here in São Paulo, you're gonna hear much more. It's much more common people playing the chromatic harmony. So you have if you are in G major, you're gonna have the G major 7 and A flat major 7 during this progression. All right. So this is a thing that you won't find so much, this harmony to when you're gonna play with Brazilian musicians. All right. Some of them that learned with real book will play it, but the older ones that lived the bossa nova period or learned with musicians of bossa nova, they won't play this. All right. There is an harmony also that's very important to say to you, that I think doesn't sound very good. So I recommend you to see the last system of this score. All right, that we have E flat major 7. And so it goes. And we will return to this. So this harmony is often we I prefer a more Brazilian version of this harmony. No, I'm not telling you that the harmony it's from Brazil, because the harmony belongs to the world, but I'm telling you that it's gonna sound much more inside the Brazilian language. It's much more common to play this harmony. So, besides using E flat, A flat 7, D minor and G minor and C7, I prefer to use E half diminished, E flat minor 6, D minor 7, C sharp diminished with the major 7. It's very common to find this chord in bossa nova, diminished with major 7, and so you return to this. All right, so it's gonna sound like that. Oh, sorry. So, and this harmony of the end, to make the turnaround, I prefer also to use the same chords, the same 2 chords of the first system. So, let me show you. And so you return, all right? You don't have this vamp returning. I like the vamp because it opens the possibility of improvisation, but it doesn't sound inside the music. I think they sound a little bit strange to the song. It's not how can I say a mistake, but I think in terms of language it sounds good when you hear this. Right? So about the harmony, I think this is the most important thing. Let's talk a little bit about the rhythmic part, and that will when you play with Brazilian musicians. I don't know if this is a general aspect of the play-alongs, but when you play with Brazilian musicians, they are going to do some rhythmic interactions with the melody. So when you're playing, alright, so they are gonna put some how can I say, I don't know if the right word is convention, but they are gonna do some break, some syncopations during this. Break. So you have some conventions that I recommend you to hear the recordings and learn with them to make the band play together with you, not just they doing a bossa nova comping and you are playing more rhythmically. All right, I don't know if I made myself clear, but if you want to know more about it, just tell in the comments. One more thing, I think let's talk about a little bit about the way I've chosen to play. Let me turn on off the screen. All right. So in my improvisation, there were some important elements that I've thought, and in the first chorus I tried to be more inside the bossa nova language. Many people start playing hardly quick improvise, and I think you can do this, I think, but I think it's interesting also to try to reproduce the intention of bossa nova and what's important in the language. I think you have this very lyrical environment, so different of some other styles. You can, for example, use the pedal. I like to use this triplet notes. I think the triplets of a quarter notes sound very lyrical, so they give an intention of the sea, of the beach, and it's very sounds very calm. So I continue my first improvise. Another thing that I think that is very inside the language of bossa nova, it's the use of ornaments. They make the piano sound much more softer. Besides arriving in a percussive way to the notes, to sound in this environment yet that I'm talking, you can use this ornament. This reminds a little bit the Jobim's piano in the album The Composer of Desafinado Plays, where a lot of times he plays just a single note, so it gives the sensation of simplicity also, that to me sounds very, very good. So I always like to play some chorus that express the sensation of the composition. All right. Besides the situations where I go out that I'm gonna show you, I like to do this, to play inside it. Let's talk a little bit about the comping, about the left hand. There are some patterns. This is the basic for bossa nova. So if you don't know it, it's good to study playing the whole song with the pattern, all right? But we break a little bit it. We don't play the whole time. We give the sensation, and we use also to play in this context. We use the left hand to do rhythmic stuff, to answer the right hand. So this time, for example, I was trying to do some accents on the melody. For example, responding. Some accent. So it's important to make yourself sure that you are using not the left hand just to answer, or not playing just in the on the head of the beat. So you're gonna give some rhythmic sensation, some answers and some accents. And there is another thing we use when the samba gets a little bit percussive, when the bossa nova, it's to play with syncopation. You are let me show a little bit here. I'm gonna start from aleatory, random place. Let's see. They don't know if I'm right here.
2, 3, 4.
I'm in another
1,
song.
2.
Let
1,
me-
2, 3, 4.
And one important thing, I'm sorry for the mistake when in the audio, it's to this this can come first. You can change before the bass. I'm sorry. You can anticipate the change of the chord. This gives a very strong rhythm. Let me show you. Used a little bit of blue notes, and I like to use blue notes just a little bit. I don't like to use the whole time of blue notes, because they sound the bossa nova has a little bit of blues, but not too much, so I avoid to play like, for example, using the phrasing that many musicians like, that Oscar Peterson, with a lot of blues cliches. I prefer to express, like I told you before, I prefer to sound like the themes. And after many choruses, you're gonna see that they play with more strongness. They make more rhythmic stuff. And so I like also to make some chorus based on rhythmic stuff. So you use the piano and the voicings like a percussive instrument. So let me show you a little bit. Let's play the random place. interesting thing I use today. It's when the band is playing much more softer, I use a little bit more of the damper pedal, the sustain pedal. And when they start to play more percussive, I start to not use the piano in a more percussive way. You can talk with the musicians that you play that you're doing that, and you can change the intention of playing, showing this. For example, you're starting some chorus. Know that you're gonna do this, they are gonna react and they are gonna play with in a more percussive way. So you can create the interaction between you and the bossa nova players using this resource, alright? Pedal with more triplet notes, syncopations, less notes, without pedal, more rhythmic and more notes, and they are gonna react, all right? So I've talked about the harmony of the theme. I've talked about the use of the piano. There is an interesting thing that I think gives a lot of Brazilian swing. It's that the groove that the pianist João Donato does. He uses a lot of this. He picks the first beat and uses the syncopation in the other hand. So note now how it sounds good inside the form, the song. That's common when you're playing trio. It's that the drummer uses the hi-hat to comp you when you're playing the theme. So, and when you're improvising, he starts to use the how can I say, the hide symbol. Bing 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 ding ding. Bing, bing. And I think this is very interesting because we always in a lot of places they talk that you can improvise using the pedal or and you have to have a lot of careful to do this. But the drum has the sound of the hi-hat, the cymbal, the high cymbal, with a little bit of sustain. So if you have a lot of careful when you improvise slower with less notes, you can improvise to give this taste of continuous sounding, but be very careful, right? Let me show a little bit. Note that when I start to do some rhythmic, I stop. So I think that's it. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope I have helped you in your process of playing Brazilian music with language, with the Brazilian characteristics. And if you have some doubts and or opinion, be my guest to send your questions. It will be a pleasure to help you in this process. Thanks for watching, and bye bye. See ya.